Have you ever wondered why someone would spend thousands or even millions of dollars on something they can't touch, can't hold, and can't really use in the physical world? Why would anyone pay $69 million for a JPEG image, or hundreds of thousands for a cartoon monkey picture, or even $10,000 for an outfit that only exists inside a video game? This is not fiction, this is reality. Welcome to the bizarre, fascinating, and surprisingly profitable world of selling absolutely nothing, or at least nothing you can physically hold. We are talking about NFTs, digital skins, virtual real estate, in-game items, and a whole new category of assets that are invisible, intangible, and yet very real to the people buying and selling them. Let's start with the basics. What does it mean to sell nothing? In the traditional sense, we associate values with physical items: gold, house, cars, even books or DVDs. These things occupy space. You can touch them, you can feel them. But in the digital age, value is no longer confined to the physical. We now live in a world where identity, art, and social status are increasingly digital. And in that world, digital ownership is everything. Think about it. If I told you 20 years ago that people would spend thousands of dollars on skins for their video game characters, you would laugh. And yet today, games like Fortnite, Roblox, and League of Legends generate billions, yes, billions with a B, in revenue every year by selling purely cosmetic items. These skins don't give players an edge. They don't make them stronger or faster. They just look cool, and that's enough. Because in a digital world, looking cool is a currency. Now let's take a step further. In 2021, a digital artist named Beeple sold an NFT, a non-fungible token, for $69 million. What did the buyer get? A digital file, some metadata on a blockchain, and the bragging rights of owning a piece of internet history. That's it. No frame, no canvas, nothing to hang on a wall. Just a token. Just proof of ownership. Yet to the buyer, that was worth more than a private island. And Beeple's story is not unique. The NFT market exploded almost overnight. People began selling digital collectibles, images, animations, memes, tweets, music, even virtual sneakers. And investors flooded in, hoping to strike the digital gold. Some NFTs sold for tens of millions. Others flipped within days for enormous profits. Everyone wanted in, but let's pause here and ask, what are people actually buying? They are not buying the file itself. Anyone can right-click and save a JPEG. What they are buying is the ownership, their blockchain record, the status, the feeling of exclusivity. It's like buying a signed poster from a celebrity. You're not paying for the poster, you're paying for the story, the connection, the one-of-a-kind nature of it. But the sell nothing phenomenon doesn't stop at NFTs. Let's talk about virtual island. Yes, land, but not in the real world. People are now buying land inside the metaverse platforms like Decentraland and the Sandbox. Imagine paying $450,000 to be Snoop Dogg's virtual neighbor. Someone did exactly that. Why? Because they believe that in the future, when millions of people spend time in digital world, virtual land will be like the beachfront property. And in some ways, they are not wrong. Just like real estate in Manhattan or downtown Tokyo is limited, so is land in virtual world, at least if developers choose to make it that way. Scarcity creates value. If millions of people want to hang out in the same digital plaza and you own the building next door, you can monetize that foot traffic, rent out ad space, open a digital store, host events. The possibilities are endless, at least in theory. And speaking of digital stores, did you know that people are already buying digital clothes? That's right. Gucci, Balenciaga, Nike, they are all selling virtual fashion. Shoes and outfits that your characters wears online. You can touch them, you can wear them in real life. But you can show them off in Instagram, in games, or even on your Zoom calls using augmented reality filters. We are entering a phase where the lines between the physical and digital are blurring. Your online presence might be more important than your real life wardrobe. Your digital reputation might unlock more opportunities than your resume. And in this context, buying nothing starts to make a strange kind of sense. Let's go even deeper into psychology. Humans have always assigned value to things that aren't useful in the traditional sense. A diamond is just a rock. A painting is just oil on a canvas. But we give them value because of emotion, culture, scarcity, and story. And that is what exactly happening in the digital world. We're attaching meaning to zeros and ones because those zeros and ones are part of our identity. And let's not forget the economic angle. Many of these digital items are investment. NFTs can be resold, in-game items can be traded, virtual land can be rented. People aren't just buying for fun. They are speculating, hoping the value will go up. And when early buyers start making big money, more people jump in. It becomes a market. Of course, like all markets, this one has its risk. After the initial NFT boom, the market crashed. Price fell, scams exploded. People lost millions. Suddenly, the 2 lakh monkey picture didn't seem so clever anymore. Critics called it a bubble scam, a digital pyramid scheme. But here's the catch. Every new technology looks like a joke at first. The internet was once called a fad. Bitcoin was dismissed as fake money. Social media was considered silly. Yet here we are. The business of selling nothing is really about selling attention and imagination and identity. It's about monetizing the intangible. And as we move deeper into digital first society, those intangible becomes more valuable. So yes, you could argue that it's all nonsense and that it's just a bunch of pixels and hype. But then again, what is money? It's paper or number on a screen. What is fame? What is reputation? These are invisible currencies too, and we trade them every day. The business of selling nothing is real. It's already here, and it's not going away. So the next time you see someone buy a $500,000 digital rock, don't just laugh. Ask yourself, what are they really buying? Because in a world built on data, connection and perception, sometimes nothing is the most valuable thing you can sell. Thank you. Have you ever wondered why someone would spend thousands or even millions of dollars on something they can't touch, can't hold, and can't really use in the physical world? Why would anyone pay $69 million for a JPEG image, or hundreds of thousands for a cartoon monkey picture, or even $10,000 for an outfit that only exists inside a video game? This is not fiction, this is reality.